Hi guys, happy new year. Welcome to 2026. I hope everybody is doing well. I hope you had a great Christmas and a great new year. But I just decided I don't know if it's a weekly vlog, honestly, maybe just a couple days in my life. I'm trying to start off the year really strong with vlogging, so hopefully, fingers crossed, I start off and end the year really strong with vlogging. The last thing that I have to do in terms of cleaning my room is like to wipe my bookshelves. I'm not doing that right now, honestly. I need a nap. Currently, two books that I'm reading that's on like my January TBR. If you watched my TBR Draw Chooses my January reads, I'm gonna show you really quickly. I have Beg, Borrow or Steal by Sarah Adams, and I'm currently about 72 pages into this one. I'm crossing my fingers that I actually love this, because I didn't really love When in Rome. I thought it was okay, and I loved Practice Makes Perfect, which is the second book, and this is like the third book in Interconnected series, so I'm really hoping that I love this one. To be determined. And next, I'm reading The Thursday Murder Club by Richard Osman. I'm only like 18 pages into this, but I'm hoping this would be a really good read, because I saw one person talk about this, if I'm being brutally honest, and she really sold me on it, so I'm hoping that I love this book. But these are two books that I'm currently reading. Yeah. Okay guys, let me talk to you about the books that I've finished this year. I finished 2 books thus far, which is okay. So the 2 books that I finished, the first one I actually started in December, so like Even though I finished it this year, it kind of doesn't really count, if that makes sense. But it's One Day in December by Josie Silver. I rated it like a 3-star. I didn't love this book at all. I didn't love this book at all. So the plot of this book is that Laurie, the main female character, she's on a bus one December day. She's going home and she spots a guy at the bus stop and she's like, oh my god, he is perfect. That's the love of my life. And she spends the next year trying to find this guy, but without luck. However, the following year, in December, her friend comes home with the guy as her boyfriend. So now Laurie just has to pretend that she doesn't know the guy and it's not her dream guy or whatever. However, it has the cheating trope. I'm sorry. I don't even care if that's a spoiler. I don't recommend this book regardless. She was in love with her friend's boyfriend. He was kind of in love with her. And they just went round and round in circles, and involved so many different people from the span of 2008 all the way to 2017. It wasn't for me. I didn't love it at all. I felt like they could have just been honest from the start and avoided half of the drama that we went through, in my opinion. But yeah, it says one unforgettable love story. I can forget about that. Sorry, not to be mean. The next book I finished this year, So You'll Remember Me by Abby Jimenez. This was also a little bit of a disappointing read for me, honestly. All the books I've read by Abby, I have loved, because her characters are so relatable. I always relate to her characters. However, I couldn't relate to these ones. And that's not a bad thing. Just in particular, they're great people. They're not like bad characters or bad people or anything. I just couldn't relate to them. And for that reason, I was just like, okay, I guess. Also, reading this book, and like I reread Yours Truly last year, her books are kind of insta-lovey. Like they fall in love immediately. Like as soon as they meet each other, they fall in love. But I don't know. I give it like a 3-star as well. I didn't really love it. I really didn't love it that much. And I felt like they were making very rash life decisions, or at least he was making very rash life decisions. I was like, wow, you really love this woman, which it's a romance book. And I love romance, obviously. But I was like, is it realistic? Well, it doesn't have to be realistic, but I don't know. I didn't love it that much. I have to say.
나오시고.
Hey guys, so I picked a few things up online and in store, so I'm just going to show you a little bit of a random haul. I just have a few bits and bobs, so let's get into this haul. Okay, so the first thing I have is a mic, which I am not using at the moment, but I'll use in my next sit down clip. I really needed a mic because every time I'm editing on CapCut, I have to like increase the volume because I can never hear what I'm actually saying. So it comes with two head attachments, like two attachments for the head. So this is one attachment, this is the one my mom says she likes, and this is the one that I like. And then this piece just clips on to your clothes like this. I'm not really sure how to clip it right now. I can't really see. So this piece clips like that, or you can just like hold it in your hand. And then this is the piece that attaches to your phone. And then it comes with a wireless, not a wireless, it comes with a wire so you can charge it. But yeah, really excited to have this, not using it at the moment, but I will use it in my next clip. The audio should be significantly better than right now. The next few pieces are beauty related items. So I got some eyelashes. These are like cat eye lashes, like they're short in the front and then longer at the ends right here. I got 10 pairs, which is great. Love ordering eyelashes online, you just get a better deal. Then I have some nails, which I will have to insert a clip, like a picture of what they look like, because right now they're like all over the place. But I have some red ones and some white ones. These are like 96 pieces of nails. I just needed some for V-Day. I can't really show you, like I can't show you them right now. I have to insert a clip. But they have rhinestones, bows, they have little hearts. Can you even see that? Maybe. Like I said, I'll insert a picture, but I have some nails for Valentine's. Next, I have some lip glosses. Between you and I, okay, I wasn't scammed. I can't say I was scammed because when I went back to my order, they actually had the dimensions of like how big these lip glosses were, and I did not see them. I did not see those dimensions, and I am really upset. These look like baby lip glosses, like toddler lip glosses. Look at how tiny these are. I did not expect that, but I did get 6 of them. So we have a clear one. This is like, is this brown? These two are like peachy brown. Then I have a pink and a red. Can you even see how I'm holding these? And then we have like a purple color. I can't say I was scammed because the measurements were there. I just did not pay attention to the measurements as usual. But we have some lip glosses. Then I have a blush palette. I have liquid blushes as well. Okay, these liquid blushes are tinier than I expected them to be as well, but blushes do last a very long time. So this is just what it looks like. I love the packaging because everything is like pink. I have 3 pink blushes. Hopefully you can see that. I do love pink blushes. I've never tried any other color blush other than pink. This is what the first one looks like. This is definitely going to be the one I reach for the most. And this is a lighter shade of pink, and then maybe a little bit of a mauvey pink. Then I have the blush palette. Can you see? Let's see. This is what the blush palette looks like. I'm very excited. A lot of these shades are like pink or reds. We do have a little bit of like peach or orange moment, but definitely going to be reaching for the pinky shades more than the other shades. But they look very pigmented, so I'll let you guys know how pigmented they actually are. Moving on, I ordered eyelash glue because the glue I currently have is irritating my eyes. That's why I'm not wearing eyelashes at the moment. But we just have this waterproof eyelash glue, so hopefully I like this. If not, then I'll go and try and find a different one again. But this is just what this looks like. Hopefully you can see that. Lastly, for my beauty related stuff, I have lip liners. 6 lip liners that are also smaller than I expected, but it's okay. Really cute packaging, and they're all pink. They're all packaged in pink. 6 lip liners. The colors aren't what I expected, but I feel like once I actually wear them on my lips, they might be a little bit better. I'll have to do like a little swatch to actually show you guys what they look like. Hopefully they show up on my lips, because I do have relatively dark lips. Like, my lips aren't as pink as everybody else's. My lips are relatively dark, and only in the center is like a little bit pink. But yeah, we have 6 lip liners, and hopefully I love these. I'll let you guys know. I'll give you a little update on whether or not I like these or not. Moving on, I'll show you guys a few bookish related items. So first things first, I have this little decor that I'm going to put on my bookshelf. It just keeps track of all the books that I've read this year. This is smaller than I expected it to be. Again, I did not look at the measurements. It's as big as my hand. I thought it was going to be way bigger than it is, but that is definitely a me problem. Going forward, when I order online, I definitely need to heed or pay attention to the measurements. But this is just what it looks like. So you can just switch out the numbers. I've read 2 books so far this year. The rest numbers are somewhere in one of these bags. Okay, I found the numbers. So yeah, you can just switch these out on the board. The next thing I have is a monthly planner. This is what it looks like. It's so cute. It has bows all over it. Let me just lift this so you can see what it looks like. That's what it looks like. And it just has this first page that says name and telephone number. Hopefully you can see that. Then it has contacts, and then the 2026 calendar. And then we have plans for 2026 on this page. Hopefully this is focusing. And then we have January. And for January, we have a little to-do list at the side right here. Okay, I can't flip a page. Apparently not. And it has monthly goals, monthly tasks, top priorities, and monthly notes and reminders. I really like the way this looks. This layout is really good for planning and stuff. And then obviously the rest of the book would look exactly the same for February, March, April. And then at the back, it has notes and lists. So after it has all like the calendars, it has these few pages in the back where you can just write whatever it is you want to write. It also comes with some stickers, which we love. These stickers, they have like budgeting, bills, birthdays, so you can just mark, and I'll just show you. Hopefully you can see. If not, I'm definitely gonna have to include a clip to show you better. But these are all stickers that you can use for your planner. Yeah, next I have this reading planner, which I already hauled this. Like, I already filmed a clip of when I first received this package, but I didn't really like the clip, so I'm refilming this. But the planner didn't come with these 2 stickers at the top. I already had these stickers, and I just added it for a little bit of, you know, pizzazz. But it just says reading planner on the front, and then it says booked and busy on the back. It also says your reading journey planner. I really like this planner. The only problem I have is that it doesn't have space for me to write like my thoughts after I've read a book. The last planner I ordered last year, it actually had space for me to write my thoughts after I finished the book. So for example, the name of the book and then my little summary of what I thought. But this book doesn't have this. But I'll insert clips to better show you what each page, or like what some pages of this planner actually looks like. But it is a cute planner. I just don't like the fact that it doesn't have somewhere for me to summarize my thoughts after reading a book, so I'm gonna have to get a different journal. The next bookish item I have is a book light. I love this so much because during the nighttime I like to turn off my main light, but then if I turn off my main light, I don't have a bedside lamp, so then I can't read my book. So I purchased this so I can turn off my main light and still be able to read It comes with a little charger. I was looking specifically for one that is like USB chargeable instead of one that's battery operated, because I can't be buying all those batteries. Also, if I sound a little bit congested, I'm a little bit ill, unfortunately. Recording is not for the week, or at least recording on my phone, because I have no space. However, I was talking about my book lamp. So it has 3 different light settings. This is the first one, the second, and the third, and then it just presses off. So the way it works, I'm sure you know, but you just clip it onto your book like this, and then you turn it on and you'll be able to read, which I love. And I love the fact, like I said, that I can just charge it instead of having to change out the batteries. So that's a plus for me. Very excited for this purchase. One of my favorite things that I picked up. Next, I got some stickers because I have a few journals. I have so many journals and they're not the cutest on the outside, so I wanted to like decorate them a bit. Oh, this pack is open. Hopefully none still. So I think I got about 50 each. So these ones are like Christian or like faith-based stickers. I will insert a clip. I will have them like laid out and I'll show you them individually in that clip. But for right now, this is one of my favorites, one of my favorite scriptures. Walk by faith, not by sight, 2 Corinthians 5:7. This is what it looks like. And then we have Jesus Christ is the same yesterday, today, and forever, Hebrews 13:8. These are just cute, and they're stickers. You can put them on whatever it is you want to put them on, but they're so cute. I love this one. Jesus loves you. Really cute, really cute. Spoiler, God wins. I love this. This is cute. But like I said, I'll have them laid out on the floor so you can see them better. This one says faith over fear. Ooh. But we just have so many stickers and I love these. I paid like less than £1. And then these ones are from my journal, like my self-care journal. These are super cute, super cute. They give them like that productive girl aesthetic. Like a little serum, that is so cute. This one's skincare, isn't that cute? We have a claw clip. These 2 favorites. Love how cute those are. But I also have these like laid out so I could show you all of them. I think, like I said, 50 came in each pack, but they're so cute. The last thing I ordered online were plastic canvas. So these are for craft. In my upcoming vlogs, you'll see me use these. We'll do craft together, but I'm supposed to use these with wool. I don't have any at the moment. I do believe this is like my sister's, but wool, the plastic canvas, and needles. I actually got this needle from Poundland, so you just need like a very large needle. This one, hopefully you can see. Yeah, I actually got into doing this in secondary school because I had to do needlework and art for 3 years. They were compulsory. 3 of my 5 years of secondary school, art and needlework were compulsory. But thank God for that, because I did learn some valuable, you know, life skills. But 3 years, kind of crazy, especially because I can't draw. Okay, so from my little home bargains trip, which you guys would have seen, I would have inserted the clips. Hopefully, if they look good, because I don't really like filming in public. So if they look decent, then I would have inserted them. But I got makeup wipes. I'm a makeup wipes girly. I know people like micellar water or like the balm that takes everything off. I like makeup wipes and then I cleanse. So I have, this first one says deep cleansing facial wipes, and then this one says micellar water facial wipes. I've already used this one. The wipes are so thick and you can definitely see that it's infused with micellar water. So I love these wipes. We'll definitely be going back to pick some up. I think I got like 2 for £1. And then I got 2 Madonna perfumes. They're 50 ml. The boxes are so cute. I've kept them in the boxes just to show you guys. I've had them for such a long time. Honestly, like, it's been a while since I picked this camera up to film. But this is the first one. This is Madonna Treat Me. This is just what it looks like. Hopefully you can see that. And then we have So Sweet, which I love because the liquid is actually pink. And the lid is also pink. Wait, oh, yeah, like this. These are the 2 perfumes that I picked up. And lastly, I picked up this body mist, which is so cute. I'm just looking at it and it has like a little unicorn. Maybe this is for children, but yeah, this is just what it looks like. I think that's all I got. My mom got some other stuff, but that's all I got. Okay, so a little bit of a room update. I recovered my bookshelf. You probably can't see a difference because I'm looking at it on camera and you can't really see the difference. It looks exactly the same, but it is different. The last marble print I had was pink with a hint of white, and this one is white with a hint of pink. So it just really needed a recovered. I was actually gonna cover it white to match my bigger bookshelf, but then I realized I probably wouldn't like it in all white. I still wanted a hint of pink, so that's what I did. I also readjusted the shelves. I've had this bookshelf for a year, and maybe a year or 2 years, something like that, and I did not know you can like readjust this shelf. So now, as you can see, I have my books vertical instead of horizontal. I didn't even realize. I'll insert a clip or something, a picture, so you can see what I'm actually talking about and I'm not just like rambling. But I love the way this shelf looks right now. But I did that last night. I was gonna film it for YouTube, but I instead decided to film it for TikTok. So I'll insert that little clip of me redecorating.
Never take advice from someone who's falling apart. Don't want to be night, we're hiding in plain sight. I'm watching in my hand, let's prepare for the first feeling.
Yeah, that's my little room update. I'll give you a little better view of the shelf. This is what it looks like. So this shelf right here is what I was talking about, that I readjusted so my books can be vertical instead of all of them having to be horizontal. But let me just give you a little overview. So at the top, I have my mirror that I got for Christmas. I still haven't purchased batteries for that as yet. Then I have the two plushies that are usually on my bed. I just have them right here. Two books that I got for Christmas I'm yet to read. Then I have my Harry Potter series and just some other books. You know, I tried to color coordinate it to the best of my abilities. Moving on to the next shelf, I have all of my thrillers slash murder mysteries right here. These are Disney retellings and then just some random books. And then even more random books. I have my hardbacks right here and then my blue books right here. I figured since we're here in front of my bookshelf, we might as well talk about my 2026 book goals. I don't have that many, but might as well. So my first goal is to read 30 books. Yes, it has increased. In 2023, my reading goal was 20 books. I read 32. In 2024, my goal was 30 books. I read 27. Last year, my reading goal was 12 to 15 books, and I read about 18. So this year, we're back up and we're at 30 books. That is my reading goal for this year. I want to read from my physical TBR. I want to read more of the books that I own instead of going out and buying new books. And I want to read at least 2 black romances. I don't have a lot of black romances on my shelf at the moment, and where I buy my books I also don't see a lot of them on the shelves, but hopefully I can get my hands on a few this year and read those. I also have a couple of thrillers on my bookshelf, and I want to read at least 2 thrillers this year. I didn't read any last year, but I have a lot, so I will definitely be pulling from those that I have. Next, I want to do like reading updates, so like as I read I update you guys on my Bookstagram or my TikTok or YouTube right here. I'm not really the best at keeping track of that, but now yeah, currently the 2 books that I am reading, what am I reading? Okay, so I'm reading Beg, Borrow, or Steal by Sarah Adams. This book is on my January TBR. Let's not even talk about how my TBR for January is going. That is like, I'm not even looking at that TBR, unfortunately. But this book, I am currently 162 pages into it. This is part of an interconnected series. Am I loving it? It's okay. I'm not loving it, but I'm not hating it. I think it's okay. To be determined. Next, I actually went to book club last week, which is so random. I went to this book club and they had like bring a book, swap a book, and I carried a few books and I got this book and I'm so excited. When I saw it, I was like, oh my god, this is amazing. This book is The Woman by Kristen Hanna. I've always wanted to read something from this author. I've heard great things about her. Her best-selling book is The Nightingale, but I haven't gotten my hands on that one just yet. But The Woman is about a 20-year-old woman. Her name is Frankie. Well, Frances, but they call her Frankie. And she's from California, and she decides to join the Army Nurse Corps so she can follow her brother that joined the Navy in Vietnam. This is set in like the 1960s during the Vietnam War. So she goes to serve in Vietnam as a nurse, and we just follow her journey while she's serving and her life after. I'm currently at her life after the war, I'm currently on page 254. This is a very large book in terms of like the size, because it's a trade paperback. It's a paperback book, but it's the size of a hardcover book, so that's why it looks like such a hefty book. But it's just 400 and something pages, I believe, which is like average for a book. That's what I love about reading, because even though you're reading a non-fiction book, you can still learn factual things. So I went and I researched the Vietnam War, and the Vietnam War was actually from 1955 to 1975, and the north of Vietnam, which was the communists, the Soviet Union and China, were fighting against the south that didn't want to be communist, and the United States of America decided to intervene first just to aid, but then they sent military troops. So yeah, I'm learning a lot about the Vietnam War. I really do like this book thus far, and I'll let you guys know what my final thoughts are on it. Okay, let's move on to unhauling some books. Okay, these are the books that I'm going to be unhauling. The first one is, what is the first one? Sally Thorne. No, Angelica Frankenstein Makes Her Match by Sally Thorne. I didn't really love this, so we're gonna be getting rid of this. Chase Me by Tessa Bailey. This is the first book in like her Broken Beautiful series. I didn't really love this. This is just it wasn't for me. It wasn't for me, so we can definitely let go of this. Next, Forget Me Not by Julie Soto. Also wasn't for me. I see a lot of people say that they really love this book, and I'm like, did we read the same book? It wasn't for me. Where the Crawdads Sing. Now, this is a movie. This is a murder mystery, and it has like a movie adaptation. Am I going to read this? Probably not. So we can definitely get rid of it. I'm not saying it's not a good book. I haven't read it, obviously, but I'm not going to read it. Then we have Maggie Moves On, which I started reading, but I DNF'd it because honestly, I wasn't loving it. Twisted by Emily McIntyre. This is part of a series. This is a dark romance. I'm not a dark romance girly. We can get rid of that. In Your Dreams by Holden Rhodes. I just don't think I'm gonna read it. And then lastly, Her Italian Daddy by Bianca Cole. I have read this, and to be fair, I did enjoy reading it. I'm just not gonna read it again, so we can get rid of it. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope it wasn't too long, but this is basically my New Year reset vlog, my little introduction to the year. I can't wait to vlog more for you guys. I'm definitely trying to be more consistent this year, so I'll see you guys in my next video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.